Hello and welcome to Nathan's Garage. We are doing okay. This is the point in the, I think like I've said before, a point in the build where it just gets a little bit tough, you know? But there was a great thing on Instagram that I saw, and it was a dude on a jet ski, or a jet bike, water bike, whatever you want to call it. And he was on a glass flat lake, and it didn't look like he was moving. And it said, you know, look behind to see what you've achieved. And you turn around and he's doing like 100 mile an hour across, just to show that sometimes you feel like you're not making any progress at all, and you look behind, like I look behind at this truck, and certain stuff did take a lot of time, but now I look at it and it's done, and you know, we're still moving forward really, really well. I also realized that the old super pro YouTubers, they kind of reintroduce the project every now and then. So if you have happened to click on this video for the first time, this was a long bed C20 that was in the desert for a long time. Chopped the bed down to a short bed and put it on a Crown Vic frame using the Crown Vic floor and firewall, which has caused its own problems, but will have many payoffs, I'm hoping, in the future. Yeah, and everything is going well. We've had it outside. We will have it outside again soon. The new steering column has arrived, which is awesome. I suppose now that I've run out of things to waffle on about, we should get on. Okay, so we'll put that right side piece back in there, and then I suppose eyeball that and get that in further over to the right and jigsaw puzzle everything back together. Wow, I did not see this one coming. Now I was going to set this all up when the steering column arrives, but I have no idea the diameter of the column and whether it'll fit through this gap. Obviously I do from the actual, this arch thing, but I still don't know whether it'll need to be angled slightly either way to make it fit in this area, and also when it comes out the other side in the engine bay. So I'm going to leave this, that's back in for now, and we shall see when the steering column comes. So today we are in a definite holding pattern until we get the steering column, which is supposed to be arriving today, unfortunately before 9 p.m. So right now we painted that just so it doesn't rust. I'm going to double check fitment of the seatbelt in there. We just double checked the fitment in there and confirmed everything. So now it is Steeler time. It's the end of the tin, but this stuff's really expensive, so every little bit gets used. Okay, guess that's it. Still wet, but ultimately still weldable. Lovely. This video is definitely all over the place. I need more steel to make basically the corner, and I don't think I've got enough sheet either. Can't go to the steel stock holders yet, got to wait a little bit. So this is how I keep myself in that fearful place of no wiring diagram. So I'm pulling the steering to bits, keeping everything plugged in so I know what it's coming from when I've got my colours there. And then when stuff won't come out because Crown Vic stuff is absolutely valueless, you just use a power tool and grind it and make stuff bigger so you can keep stuff together. So for me, keeping the wiring together as opposed to keeping the components it's attached to together is my focus. So yeah, so it's all been labeled already, so then I can go and plug this into the loom that I know goes to the steering column, and I know what I need and what I need to split out, and then, you know, we can hopefully transfer it to the dash and have all the functionality of this with, you know, an old looking steering wheel. Okay, ignition barrel is out, and this is about as disassembled as I can get, and this is what I did on the F21. I just basically chopped out this whole ignition barrel and then just used all the Ford stuff, so just got sawzalled out.
Okay, so that is phase one for now. It basically goes like that. Now that plunger is, I think, steering lock, which obviously we don't need, but the way I can mount it, which is like that, you know, if you're sitting in the driver's seat, that should be just free to do what it wants to do. So yeah, it's going to get some more shaving down and prettifying, but that's it for now. Yep, it's an aluminum sandstorm. God, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Oops. Now that we have the steering column obliterated and sorted out, I want to get rid of that because that is the mount for the airbag sensor, which we don't need. And I want to get this whole area as ready as possible. After this, I'm going to bring the loom in, or I don't know, I may try and reorganize it in the car alley at the side to bring the wires down the center and not have them down the two sides. So a couple of you guys have said you want more action shots, and I get it. I've just ordered a new tripod to try and get the camera in a good position to make it happen. And I'm still getting back into the flow of things, you know, for stuff like that. And also I want to get stuff done quick, and it's quicker to not film it and just say, I did this. I get it. Okay, so action shot. Wiring. So what I do is, because I don't use a wiring diagram, this is a door speaker and an interior light. So what I'm going to do is, I'm literally going to follow it back through the loom and relocate it to go down center console for the speaker and around the A-pillar area to go up and thread through for the interior light. You know what, bit of a tangent. While everything's out and it's easy to vacuum, I'm going to take this off. Give myself more leg room. No idea what that is, but that would have been an annoying rattle. while I'm doing other stuff, this is just kind of this full coverage rust. I'm going to use this stuff and leave it on overnight so that when I come down tomorrow morning, even if I'm like grinding and stuff, there won't be dust because it will have converted it to a certain degree to something that is different than that apparently. So what we're going to be on with while I ponder and procrastinate about that is this. Originally, see that windy big long thing is the front seat, and that originally came down here and in. So what I've done is I've run it back up the loom that way and then down the center, and then I'm going to do the same thing with that one because that's the other connector for the seat. And then another one I'm going to do it with is a big, there it is, that one, the loom controller, the loom for the seat controller, sorry. Going to run that down the center as well. Either that or, it's going to be down the center, because if I do some kind of like center console situation, I want to keep the wiring in the car, then I'm not going to worry about it going out the door and all that kind of stuff. All I want to worry about going to the door, if it happens, is windows and central locking. Okay, so the big door wiring move, the seat wiring and the seat control now run down the center, not down here anymore, or into the door and then down there for the seat. And now I've got central locking, door ajar light and speaker, door speaker, that I want to move up to here as well. Door ajar and central locking can be here. Speaker, probably want to take that around to center console as well. With a majority of the wiring going down the center of the vehicle and this lip that was there, letting the plastic kind of wire cover hide behind it, I have taken it off. And this step that I'm going to be building probably tomorrow, I'm going to lap joint it on top of there. I don't think there's enough real estate to plug weld it, but if I hit it halfway in between, I can run a bead all the way along. I'm going to make a flat step anyway. And while I've been working on it, I've been sitting on that razor sharp seam, and it's been no fun whatsoever. Another good thing, so I just took the 3 remnants of this, the fuel tank cover off and just wire wheeled this, and it came good. Very happy about that. So I put a piece of 1-inch box section underneath there as well. I'm going to run it all the way along, and that'll keep strength underneath the window. I'll do a diagonal cut down there. Yeah, that's good. The back of the cab's good. Everything else is tremendously frustrating. Wiring did good today, as we know. It's on the cab. Steering, I bought a load of parts, and they're all going to be here by like next Wednesday or something. And we shall end it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope all the stuff that I've recorded for this video is editable and makes any kind of sense whatsoever. We'll soon find out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.